So it is spooky season, and being the cosplayer I am, I decided that I wanted to make a Halloween cosplay. Not a Halloween costume, not for Halloween the day, but a cosplay to embody the spooky season. And I spent 2 months on it. I decided to make Queen of the Damned cosplay, and I posted shorts here on YouTube going over the crown process, and I had a few people asking if I could do a talk through because I didn't really film the entire process like at all whatsoever. So I was like, yeah, for sure, I could totally talk about what I did and kind of give you guys material ideas. This is gonna be at like advanced level craftsmanship. I work with some more advanced materials. It's not really beginner friendly, but this can give you an idea to help you figure out how you would like to make your own Akasha Queen of the Damned costume. Also, before we start, I do want to say that I will be breaking this video down piece by piece, or at least I'll attempt to. So if there is only like a certain part of this costume that you want to see on how I made, feel free to skip through. I don't mind at all whatsoever. Okay, now let's get into the video. Okay, so starting from the bottom going up, we're gonna start with the skirt. She doesn't wear shoes, or at least I don't think she wears shoes, because you can't really see her feet because she does wear a full length skirt. I wear just comfortable shoes, black shoes, so that as I'm walking you can't really see them. They kind of blend in with the skirt. So there's that. But for the skirt, I'll give you guys a quick view. So here is my skirt. It is floor length. I started out with a base black skirt. Obviously it is a gathered maxi skirt with I think it's like a 2-inch waistband. I wasn't sure how to make it, so I literally just followed a tutorial on YouTube, but they're pretty straightforward to make. For the closure, I wanted to go with something that would fit from where she's from, like time-wise. So the back has 4 eyelets that I hand-stitched over to cover the metal, and it's just a tie like closure in the back. For the belt section up here, the gold pieces are actually made of worbla that I patterned out. They're folded over so that the top and the bottom loops can be loops. And for the rest of the panels, these, as well as the small ones in the windows up here, are made out of ABS plastic, which is just another lightweight plastic. You can get them, I got mine off of, I think, Amazon. And I just patterned out the tiles and cut them out. Each row has 7 tiles, and there's 13 rows, and they decrease in size as I go down. So, and then to connect them all together, if you look really closely to her outfit, they are all connected using rings, because I believe for the original costume they used shell. So they connected the shell pieces together using jump rings. So I use jump rings. I got these at my local craft store. I will leave a list of all of the materials that I used in the description box below, so you guys can see the sizes of everything, because I don't really remember the millimeter diameters and stuff for most of like the gems and the jump rings and stuff. I get a lot of questions about how I did the like shell on the actual tiles, and that is actually a vinyl stickers that I found online that are printed to look like shell. They come in these sheets. I got mine off of AliExpress, and they took quite a long time to get to me, but I wasn't in a rush. Like I said, I had 2 months to make this costume. I believe you can also find some on Etsy as well, but they are a little bit more expensive. So it's just up to your price range and up to your time frame for what you want to decide to buy. To make them shiny like they are, I went in and I painted the different colors of the shell design with a iridescent paint. So the blue parts I painted with blue iridescent, the purple I painted with purple iridescent, so forth, so on. Except for the black. I didn't do any black. So that is how I got this nice shine going on the front of the skirt. The beads, I just bought a bunch of different beads, gold beads, that I thought would work in terms of diameter, and I just made a pattern out of it. I just kind of figured out what I had and figured out a pattern that would work for spacing in between each of the pieces. And that is how I did the skirt. So moving upwards, I guess the next thing above the skirt would be the cuffs, the arm cuffs. These are the arm cuffs. These are also made out of worbla, thermoplastic, and a different thermoplastic that I can't remember the name of. Again, the link will be in the description. It's just because I ran out of worbla and I needed something, and it was in my local craft store, so I just grabbed it. But it works similarly to worbla. All of the edge design as well is sculpted out of worbla. The studs on here are actual studs, like nail studs that I put on before I primed and painted it, so it matched the same color as the actual cuff itself. And for the closure, I did a pin eye closure, so it can still open and you can get your hand through there, and then it still closes. And I based this off of these antique cuffs that I saw when I was researching what her cuffs look like, because again, the very few reference photos that I had of this costume, most of the cuff was missing. So the design that I did on these cuffs was just based off of what I could see and what I saw through my research of other cuff designs that are out there. So sticking to the arms, we'll move up to the upper arm cuff / sleeves. This is what they look like. They are floor length. The black material is the same material that I used for the skirts. And if you look closely at the movie or the original costume that Leah wears, there is also a purple on the inside. So I have a purple layer as well. The top cuff, again, worbla, my best friend. And to get the like divoted, like dotted design in the center of the cuff, that is actually those like ball chain necklace. I'll insert a clip of what I'm talking about just in case you don't know what I mean, but it's those like the same chain that they use for like army tags. That's what that is, sandwiched between 2 layers of worbla. And then the rest of the sleeve is just 2 pieces of fabric hemmed, glued to the top of the cuff, and I sewed in beads all down the sides of the sleeves, I guess. I don't know. Are these considered sleeves? This was probably the easiest part. It did take a long time for the beads, but that is literally what I did. Very easy. I painted, obviously, everything in gold. I will say I used gold spray paint for everything and oil paint for the detailing, and also rub and buff for the detailing on the cuffs and the necklace. Okay, moving on to probably the most complicated piece of this costume, and that is the necklace. So this is the necklace. She was a pain in my butt. what I did was started by measuring the length around my neck where I wanted the top of the necklace to sit. And I measured how long I wanted the pieces to be. And then I just made a bunch of pieces, fitted them to the chain of beads at the top, and then figured out the rest of the length of the bottom rows of beads after that. The different pieces, so the top row of pieces, I don't really know what you would call this shape, like the filigree pieces, that's a good word, the filigree pieces, as well as the main piece down at the bottom, those are all made out of worbla, again, that I painted with spray paint, detail painted with oil paints and rub and buff. The gems I got on Amazon, I believe, and the coins as well were from Amazon, that I ended up having to drill holes into to get the jump rings through. And the jump rings are the same ones that I used on the skirt. For this piece, I struggled a little bit on trying to figure out what to do, and this is what I decided to do. By all means, you do not have to do this. If you feel more comfortable wearing a like full on bra, like a nude bra with the cups on top, go ahead. Not everybody is gonna feel the same type of comfortability. Just warning you guys. But this is how I went ahead and went with the tops. So the bra piece that she wears is actually 2 cups that just sit on her boobs. There's no attachments or anything. They literally just magically are attached to her boobs. So I went about this by molding some cups out of worbla and I did all the detail of the like shell design in foam clay. That way they're like super light, they weigh like absolutely nothing, so they're really easy for me to just glue onto me. I put boob tape on underneath these, just as a precaution, just in case they do fall off. But I glue these down with Prozade, which is a medical grade adhesive and requires a special like solvent to remove it. So it should not budge, it should not go anywhere, I promise you. But that is what I did. I painted a base coat of gold spray paint, and then detail painted, I hand painted all of the pink and the purple. I will say as well that there is supposed to be another piece up on the top here, like a shell piece that I missed. I did not realize it was there when I was first looking at the reference photos. I'm okay with how mine looks. You can't really see it in the actual costume because the necklace, the main piece of the necklace, is so big that I just decided that it was fine. I didn't want to go back in after the fact to fix it. But just so you guys know, there is an extra piece there, so if you do want to include that part in your costume, feel free to do so. But those are my little boob cups. All right, and last but not least, the piece that is the reason why I'm here making this video right now is the crown. Here she is in all of her glory. She looks kind of wonky when she's not on a head, because this is all just loose. But here she is. If you haven't seen the short, the base is made out of 12, I believe it's 12 gauge. I had to double check, but I believe it's 12 gauge wire. And I made the 3 lines here. And then the spikes are made out of 4 separate pieces of ABS plastic that are glued to a back plate of worbla that I molded into the shape so that it has that point there. The coins are just the same coins that I used for the necklace. I drilled holes into them and they're secured onto the wire using epoxy. Same thing with the back of these, I should say. The back of the spikes also have jump rings secured to the back of them with epoxy, and then the jump rings themselves are wire wrapped to the actual wire frame to keep them in place. You can kind of move them a little bit, but they stay relatively well. As for the bottom here, these pieces were also just made out of worbla. It's my best friend. We love worbla on this channel. And then I just fitted all of the pieces together with jump rings, measuring to fit my head. My personal crown does not have the same amount of pieces as hers does. I tried to base all of the shapes as much as I could off of the original crown, and there are pieces missing that she has in her crown. I inevitably made them too big, but it was honestly a guessing game. So that is what we have. And then same thing, these gems are the same gems that I used on the necklace. So yeah, oh, I should also mention that in the back, so you can see the back of the crown, there are 3 hair combs, and that just slides right into my wig. There she is. That is the crown. I should also mention the wig. I can go over a quick talking of how I styled the wig. It's very straightforward. If you have long black hair, obviously you can use your own hair. That's fine. I opted for a wig for easeability of being able to take it on and off and not having to style my hair that way every single time I want to wear the costume. So the wig is just a black lace front wig. I bought a ponytail extension that I braided and used for the beehive braid in the back. To give it volume, I made a cushion out of some excess fabric and I stuffed it with the same kind of stuffing that you would put in a stuffed animal. I can't think of the word right now, but like stuffed animal stuffing, and I secured that to the back of the wig and then sewed the braid to that onto the wig. I think that's it, you guys. That is the entire costume. I know this was kind of short. I just wanted to talk through everything. I know I'm personally a visual learner, so it's hard to understand what somebody did without really visually seeing it. But if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment box and I'll do my best to explain parts further. Like I said before, I will have the list of everything that I use in the description. So if you want to try and make it the same way I did, it'll be there for you. Anyways, again, I hope this was helpful. If you liked this video, please let me know. And if you like this video, please hop on that subscribe button. I would appreciate it oh so much. And if you want to support even more, I do also have a Patreon. They get full photo shoots, they get anime reviews, they get newsletters, bunch of fun stuff, extra videos there as well. If you want to join, I would greatly appreciate it. Anyways, that's gonna be all, guys. I will see you guys in the next video.